Let's talk about single sign-on integrations. Single sign-on integration is how you can enable the no-name platform or actually users to authenticate into the no-name platform based upon a centralized repository. To complete this integration, you need to have, and again I'm going under settings, you need to have the saml permission. Okay, so I'm going to go under user management, roles, and I'm going to edit the admin role again. And if I search for saml, here it is. I'm going to see the saml integrations permission, and of course, since I'm an admin, I have read-write permission, which means I'm able to view and create and edit existing SAML integrations. Now, unlike all the other integrations, the SAML integration is under user management and it's under the SSO tab. So we're going to go to the SSO tab. You will see it's empty. There's no SSO integration. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a SAML integration. Okay, so your SSO system, your IDP, if it supports SAML, then your identity provider, if it supports SAML, then you should be able to complete a single sign-on integration. I'm going to take you to the documentation for a second. Docs, no name security. I'm going to search for SSO. And yep, here it is. Let's go to the first match. And I brought you to this page because if you're using Okta, Microsoft Entra ID, or Google Workspace, then you can select the corresponding ones, the corresponding link, and you're going to be also provided with instructions on how to configure, how to add the no-name application on your identity provider application, right? On that side of things. So I'm going to select Okta. Again, it's very common, that's why I select Okta, and you see all the different instructions, how you go about to create a new application, how you create your SAML integration. You start the wizard, the general settings, you create the SAML integration, you provide additional attributes such as the role, the team, so that you can provide the corresponding values for your user in the SAML integration. Okay, and pretty much that's it. So you start by setting up the IDP side. That's how you always start, because the IDP side contains important information that you will need now to set up in no name. So I'm going to go to no name and I'm going to create an add SAML integration. And again, I don't have an IDP set up. For me demonstrating the different options, I don't need one. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up give it a name, my SSO. By the way, you can have multiple SAML integrations. I need the login URL. This login URL will be provided to you from within your IDP, your identity provider, whether that's Okta, Google Workspace, and so on. And I'm going to make one up, https mysso.com slash I don't know, SSO SAML seems appropriate. Okay, a logout URL, something very similar. Usually, and again, I'm following Okta because that's what I know best. It's pretty much the host name, the URL of your Okta application, your Okta server. Okay, and finally, you need a certificate, and I do have access to a certificate. Here it is. You need to copy and paste like this, and you select next. Now, these options is what is it exactly you want to do? Do you want to authorize? Do you want to provision? Do you want to only use it for authentication purposes? Right, so what is it you want to do? Okay. The role configuration. Do you want to select the default role? Do you want to have the IDP system, the identity provider, provide the role? Okay. I'm going to select this. This is the usual choice. And finally, what do you want to do with Teams? Do you want to log in only when the team already exists in the system do you want to create a team. Probably you would like to create a team, right? If it doesn't exist, since you want to configure for the most part everything inside the IDP and so on. And of course, you can have a default team. So that's the second part of the configuration. And next, here's where you need to provide now what are the attributes within your SAML configuration. How did you map the attributes in your SAML configuration? And you need to provide them right here. Okay, so I don't know, for email, an appropriate attribute name will be email. For role, and for team, team. Just very quickly. Okay, and you can keep adding mappings. If you have additional information or additional metadata you would like to specify, you can keep adding mappings. But the setup is this is it, right? This is a setup. So most of the work will take place in the IDP because that's where you're going to configure everything you need to configure, set up your application, and then you're going to come in here and go through the 3 steps to complete the SSO integration. Okay, and I'm going to click save. Again, my values are bogus, right? I do not have an IDP set up, but everything seems to be successful. And with this, we have concluded this recording.